Hi.
Hello.
I'm here with Jessica Souders, who wrote the awesome, amazing book Renegade that comes out with Tour Teen on November 13th. So in case the people watching have not been around or hiding under a barrel or something, can you just give us a short blurb about what Renegade is about?
Well, it's about a princess type person who lives under the ocean, and she's not a mermaid, she's a human. There are no mythological creatures, but anyways, she's living under the ocean with her mother, who is the ruler of Elysium, and she is primed to take that position from mother when she gets older. But a surface dweller, the awesomely hot Gavin, decides to fall into their little city, and well, she finds out quickly that everything that she knows is a lie, and mother is a monster, and things just aren't quite what they should be. My editor describes it as the Bourne Identity meets the BioShock video game for teens. So
that's a perfect description. And yes, Gavin is super hot, so you definitely want to read it for Gavin, if nothing else.
Yeah, definitely. I would just keep reading it for Gavin. Evie's awesome, but Gavin's hot. So.
Yes. So I thought we could do a couple favorites real quick today. I know you already named your favorite character to write in another one of the blog tour interviews. Yes, I did. Which was Mother. But I was wondering, who is your favorite character overall?
It's too bad because he's not in the first book. Overall, I would have to say for the first book, I think Gavin is. Because he's very secretive in the first book, and he was easy to write because he didn't want to tell his story. He just kind of let things happen. But he knows how to take charge too, and I think he's probably, if he was in real life, I'd totally dump my husband for him, because I mean, who doesn't want someone who can be a hero but knows how to stand back and let things happen too?
He's my favorite too. I love Gavin. All right, what is your favorite scene in the book?
This is a good one. I definitely would have to say the shower scene. It's a little ill-timing, and it's hot, I think. And who doesn't?
You get to see a lot of Gavin in that scene.
Yes, there's a lot of Gavin to see. There's only a towel, and I'm not even sure that at that particular moment he's wearing a towel at all. So
hot. I'm just saying, very hot. All right, and what is your favorite setting in the book? Because there's some really unique settings in this book.
I think my favorite setting is Mother's room. It's so sparse on the inside of her room. It's just everything that she absolutely needs to move from a day-to-day basis. But if you go out to her porch area and you look out, you've got nothing but the expanse of water, and underneath you have the lava tube, so it has an orange glow to it, and the fish. It's just a mixture of her settings, and it's perfectly Mother, and it's absolutely almost just about perfect. It's exactly what the book is about, I think.
Awesome. There are some really cool settings in this book, and she did an awesome job of really describing them. You can definitely feel like you're there. It's awesome. What scene was hardest to write?
The hardest one to write, there's a little bit of a spoiler warning here. I had to write it close to probably 50 times by the time that it got in, and I'm still not really happy with it. There's a scene after Evie and Gavin and Macy all meet up, and they're trying to figure out some notes that Mother has. And it originally was something closer to BioShock, the big surprise. And then we had to change it and change it and change it because it just wasn't right. It didn't feel right. It felt way too much like BioShock. And we had to keep changing it until it's a completely different scene. In fact, I took out that scene altogether. I took out 3 chapters. And stitching it back together and then tearing it back up and stitching it back together, it's pretty much a Frankenstein at this point. But it works. And I think it was better this way now without all the things in the way, because there's just too much. But I hope that when people get to read that part, they'll realize that there was a lot of work behind it, and hopefully they won't see all those stitches.
There was a lot of playing with that, I recall.
Yes.
It was tricky.
I think all of my crit partners at that point didn't want to see it anymore. Like,
no. Okay, so this is the first book in a trilogy.
Yes.
And you do have a couple of shorts.
Yes.
And so there's lots more to come. So without giving any spoilers, is there anything you can say about book 2?
There's a new hot guy involved, but it's definitely not a love triangle. There's way too many of those out there, I think, and they do them much better than I could. And he's not as innocent as he first appears. I think that would be the best way to describe that book.
I can't wait. I kind of know. And I gotta say that I love him too.
Poor Gavin. He's getting replaced.
Yeah, it's
well, at least by the
rough
readers.
for Gavin.
It is
really
rough
rough
for Gavin.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you're all excited to go out and grab Renegade as soon as it comes out.
Yes, please do.
Yay!